There's a common question that people might ask, is the world better off if Donald Trump stayed off Twitter? I actually think what I would just rather see is Donald Trump not be mean on Twitter. I really worried when Donald Trump started using Twitter as a way to be demeaning and degrading. I mean, he would call people out. He would attack people's character. And that to me was very frustrating when I watched candidate Trump take his rhetoric from the campaign trail, use Twitter to elevate that kind of toxin into our American dialogue. And now he's president of the United States. And I do worry about foreign policy done by Twitter, not because it couldn't be a strategic use of larger scale messaging. I mean, Donald Trump seems to have followers all over the globe. I just worry about him using that platform in a way that could be shooting from the hip, that could be dangerous, could undermine even his aspirations for peace in communities or for solving international conflicts. So the great thing about Twitter is it's this platform that's neutral, but it's a powerful platform in the same way that radio became powerful in politics.
On a Sunday night, a week after my inauguration, I used the radio to tell you about the banking crisis and about the measures we were taking to meet it.
It's in the same way that TV suddenly in the Kennedy-Nixon debates became a powerful platform.
The candidates need no introduction. The Republican candidate, Vice President Richard M. Nixon, and the Democratic candidate, Senator John F. Kennedy.
Well, now technology, innovation has brought us to a new level of social media. You know, since I've been in Newark politics, I've noticed that a lot of people pick on cities in America. And so I get kind of tired of that. And a long time ago, I began to respond to people who had big platforms who were attacking our city. My first person was Conan O'Brien, who on his show attacked us.
Mayor of Newark, New Jersey wants to set up a citywide program to improve Newark residents' health. It's good. Yeah, the healthcare program would consist of a bus ticket out of Newark.
It wasn't even on social media, but I responded with social media. Last week, Conan O'Brien took a swing at our city. And before you knew it, this Cory and Conan kerfuffle, this fight, we kept going back and forth on social media and on his show, that it ended up getting millions and millions of people tuning in to a fight where I was getting a chance to brag about Newark. You fail to understand our city is one of the fastest growing cities in the Northeast. I'm officially putting you on the Newark, New Jersey airport no-fly list. Try JFK, buddy. Eventually I went on The Tonight Show with Conan O'Brien.
The two buried the hatchet in their tongue-in-cheek standoff. O'Brien called it the most expensive joke ever told, making a $100,000 donation to Mayor Booker's Newark Now charity.
And so my point is that I've learned that social media can be a great platform, that when you encounter people who are trolling cities, that you can do something about it. So whether it's Conan O'Brien, Mindy Kaling.
Cory Booker? I can't believe you can. I guess anything to get out of Newark.
I think that when you defend your city, but defend it with kindness and defend it with humor or defend it with generosity of spirit, you actually can turn people around, or at least get them to profess the truth that America is great. And America is great because we have great communities everywhere, including in places like Newark. Look, I don't want to throw advice at President Donald Trump. I mean, clearly he must think to himself, I don't need Cory Booker's advice. Look how well I'm doing. I'm president of the United States. But I do think that, look, Donald Trump would shock the world if he shifted and just said, you know what? I'm going to live kindness on the internet. Our president should always be calling us to be a nation that we actually all want to be, a nation that is indivisible, a nation that works for liberty and justice for all. And to do that, we must all evidence patriotism, which is love of country. And to love your country, you've got to love your fellow countrymen and countrywomen. And so Donald Trump, stay on Twitter, but just elevate the conversation. Be a uniting force, not a dividing force. Be an elevating force, not a degrading force.